Hi, and welcome back to Supply Chain Management 301. We're covering Chapter 7, Inventory Management, and now we're looking at the question trying to address how much effort to put into managing our inventory, or how do we know which items are more important. And the tool we're going to cover is an ABC analysis. And if you've ever heard of Pareto, it's sort of a Pareto analysis applied to inventory. So you determine your annual usage by dollar value and then rank them. So an A item, that's generally that first 20% of items that account for 80% of the value. And then B items is the next 40% of items that generally account for another 15% of your inventory costs. And then C items are the cheapest, that you're going to spend the least amount of time on. So this is just a different, a graphical way of describing the same thing that this text says. So this first 80% of items is covering, or 20% of items is covering 80% of your cost. And then adding in more, you've got 50% of your items and you're up to about 95, and then adding in the rest of the percentage of items, you've got 100% of your cost covered. So that just means these are the more key priority items, these high value, high usage items, and these are more medium, and these are a little smaller. You might determine that you want to have greater safety stocks on your A's than your C's. You might determine that you want to count your A's more frequently than your C's. It can just determine how you're going to manage them. So here's an example. This is just the different cost of the items. These are your item names, A1, B2, C3, and this is how much you use them every year. So if you multiply $46 times 200 units, the dollars units for A1 is 9,200. Taking B2's usage, the cost is 40 times 10 demand. That one comes out to 400 annual usage. And you just keep on doing that. The total for all of these items is 98,500. And now think of this being in an Excel spreadsheet, and then you would just sort by this third column, really. So by sorting on that third column, and you're looking at those dollar usage, these top two items would be A's, because that's coming to about almost 80% of your volume or usage. And then these next two are B items, because this is pretty close to that 95% level, and then filling in everything else as a C item. And as you can see, the dollar usage for the A items is pretty significant, and the B is a little more medium, and these seem to be less costly usage every year.